Hi, very good morning friends. Welcome back once again to another session of Cook and Connect. Today we plan to make something sweet. Why we plan it? Because day after tomorrow is my daughter's birthday. First we thought we were going to order a cake from Cake Box for her, but my wife said you can make a cake for her on her own birthday, and yeah, I said yes, I will do it. The last cake which I made was about some 5-6 years earlier. Now even if I have to make a cake, I know the process how to make it. I can do it, but as I'm out of practice, my hands would be fumbling. But still, me and my son, what we have thought, we'll make a very nice surprise cake for her rather than ordering it from outside. We will do it ourselves. Because we have ample time, and let's see what creative cake we can do for her. Okay, before we go ahead, I will show you some of the basic ingredients which we will be requiring, some basic equipment which we require to make a cake. So I will be using my planetary mixture with a balloon attachment. I need some 200 grams of sugar, 200 grams of self-raising flour, 6 eggs, melted butter. This 200 gram flour and 200 gram of sugar I have already weighed and kept it aside so as to save our time. I will be making two kinds of sponge. First is a basic vanilla sponge, and second will be a red velvet sponge. So this is the self-raising flour, specially for cake sponge and steam buns. I will be using it. I have already lined my 2 cake molds and my oven is preset. I need a spatula for scraping up the mixture from it, and it's a very easy process how to make a sponge cake. My oven is already set. It's placed at 180 degrees. Yeah. The process of making a cake is very easy. I will break up all these 6 eggs in a separate bowl and then put it in a planetary mixer along with those 200 grams of sugar and cream it for about 5 minutes. So what I will be doing, I will be adding all those 6 eggs to my planetary mixture and whisking it up at a speed of 6. To it, I will be adding my sugar. So the cake is creaming up. So it will take another 6-7 minutes. It looks like this. I have folded in the flour, the vanilla essence together, and my oven is ready. See, this is the consistency of the mixture which I will be baking for the vanilla sponge. This I will be putting onto my baking tray, which is already lined with some butter paper. This will take about 16 to 17 minutes at an temperature of 180 degrees. I will bake it and then cool it on a tray. The cake is in the oven. It's been only 5 minutes. Once again, our first vanilla sponge is in the oven. It's coming up. And second sponge what we will be making for assembling the cake will be a red velvet sponge. Instead of making it from the scratch, I got a ready-made red velvet sponge cake mix, for which you require 150 grams of milk, 60 grams of soft butter, 2 eggs, and the mix which is along with it. It's very simple. What we have to do, we have to put the butter in a mixing bowl and break those 2 eggs, whisk it, add the milk little by little, and lastly fold in the flour. the same mixture, we will be adding that 150 ml of milk. Now I will stop it and put the pre-mix. It have flour, sugar, whatever it can contain. It's ready to go, and I will just mix it up. So as the mixture is less, you need to scrape the sides so that they get mixed pretty well. See, the vanilla sponge has been cooking up, so I need to be very quick when I put this one in. I don't want the heat to escape, so this another 20 minutes, both the sponges will be ready. So day 2, my both vanilla sponge and the red velvet cake sponge is ready. This is the sugar syrup which I will be requiring. This is the cream in the whipper. I will be putting some 5 spoons of castor sugar and a spoonful of vanilla essence. See this? My sponge was ready. I will just cut it into 2 different halves, which I will be lining up with some cream, some sugar syrup on the cake board. My cream is ready, and my sponge is already cut. So I will be building up my cake on this cake board. So here we start. I made some sugar syrup earlier, so I will be lining up with some sugar syrup and then finishing it up. So I will line up with some whipped cream, because this will act as the cream for your cake.
What will you do next?
Then this is how you line up the cake. This is the second layer of the cake. So once again, each I will be putting in 4 different layers. Every layer have some sugar syrup to it and a dose of whipped cream. That's the 4th layer of the cream cake, which has been lined with cream, sugar syrup and all those 4 sponges. After this we will do a basic lineup of the cake and then freeze it for about some 2 hours, because then it's very easy for us to do the icing around.
What are you using in your hand?
That's a palette knife. So me and my cameraman.
I'm just making cake.
We are making cake for my daughter, whose birthday is tomorrow.
And she's watching rhymes.
See, this is how I'm lining up the cake. So you need to be very careful that the sponge don't disintegrate and fall onto the cream, otherwise it will look very dirty. After doing this, I will be chilling up the cake for about some 2-3 hours. Then the last finish, after that I will put some more cream onto it here. I will hide all the sponge slowly. So this is how slowly and steadily the cake have been finished. So it's the first stage. At this stage the cake will be I will keep it for freezing. I'll freeze it for about some 2 hours so that the cake gets chilled and it's easy for me to work on this afterwards. In the meantime I will work on the chocolate garnish and all. So see here my cake is done. It's already been creamed. What I will do, I am making some chocolate garnish. So for that I have put some chocolate for melting. I will melt this chocolate on a double boiler. Make sure when you make chocolate for garnish, there should not be any sort of butter or fat or oil on the pan, and there should not be even a single drop of water. Once there is a water, your entire chocolate will seize and it will go for a toss. So see my chocolate is melting. I'm melting it on a very slow flame. I don't want chocolate to get burnt. It should burn, and then I will cool it down on a table which is free of dirt, oil, water, so that it shines. I want to make a chocolate garnish which surrounds the cake. This now will melt a little bit, and immediately when it's cold I will pick it up and put it onto the cake. See, this is the lettuce which will be covering the cake from all the sides. Exactly perfect, just a little bit left, but okay. It can be done easily. Now the moment of truth. That's the moment of truth. So this is why I made this chocolate lettuce around the cake, so that I don't have to finish the cake with some other decorations. So this looks nice. It's like a mesh around the cake, and cake is being encased inside. This is how I'm going to garnish them. So simple and easy to write. So I will be putting some Maltesers on top.